The movie begins with Charlie in some place, where a man shoots at him and orders him to take off his pants and shirt. Charlie narrates that he had always imagined he would die this way. Then the story flashes back so we can learn about his life and understand what led him to this strange situation. Charlie is a former soldier who was discharged from the military. He served at a U.S. Navy facility and left with an honorable record. He now works as a hitman. He drives his own car, then switches to his work car and heads to the house of the man he's supposed to kill. He calls Stan, the boss, and tells him that he could have gone in, killed the guy quickly, and left, but Stan insists on involving the new kid named Blade. Blade comes out of his house, gets into the car with Charlie, and is carrying a box of donuts. They arrive at Rollo's house. Blade gets out with the donuts, hands them to Rollo, then comes back to the car. Charlie is surprised that Blade didn't kill him, even though he had the perfect chance. Blade is excited and says he's waiting for something specific to happen, something that will change everything about their future jobs. Suddenly, they hear an explosion. They rush toward the apartment and find Rollo dead, with his head blown off. Now Stan won't be able to identify him, which creates a serious problem. Charlie calls Benny and tells him what happened. Benny gets very worried and says Stan is not going to be happy about this. Charlie then goes to the house of Marcy Kramer, Rollo's ex-girlfriend. He lies and tells her that Rollo wants to talk to her about something, and he threatens her if she doesn't let him in. He goes inside and sits with her, noticing that she doesn't seem shocked or sad at all about Rollo's death. He asks her to come with him to confirm that the body in the car belongs to Rollo, since they accidentally lost his head. Marcy agrees and tells him there was a distinctive tattoo they both had, done by her brother. At that moment, Blade pulls a gun on Charlie and says he's going to work with Bigger Mercado. He claims that this move will make them powerful and will lower Charlie's status within the gang. Blade drives off, but by accident he shoots himself in the head and crashes into a pole. The car catches fire. Rollo's body is completely burned, and Charlie realizes there's no difference now between Rollo's body and Blade's. Charlie forces Marcy to recreate the tattoo. She agrees, but says she won't be the one to cut off the head. After that, Charlie goes to meet Bigger Mercado, a former street thug who became the leader of the 9th Ward Gang, one of the gang bosses responsible for spreading crime throughout New Orleans. Charlie shows him the body, and Bigger personally confirms it when he sees the tattoo. They then take the body and throw it to the alligators. Bigger talks to Charlie and says he wanted to meet Stan because he has big ideas, hotels, clubs, and other projects that would bring in a lot of money. Since Charlie is Stan's right-hand man, Bigger expects him to make it happen. The conversation feels like a threat, but that kind of pressure doesn't work on Charlie. Charlie takes the money and leaves. He goes back to Marcy to give her the money he promised, then invites her out to dinner at a restaurant. She asks him about his job, and he tells her he doesn't call himself a killer, he calls himself a problem solver. She tells him she enjoys taxidermy, and believes it gives something a second chance after it was unable to live its life. Charlie drives her home and is clearly very attracted to her, but she doesn't return his feelings. Charlie goes back to Stan, and they cook together. Charlie turns out to be an excellent cook. Because he spent part of his service in Italy, he fell in love with its unique culture, and has loved everything Italian ever since. He serves the food to Stan, but Stan's illness is getting worse, and he starts forgetting many things. Because of that, Charlie takes care of him and handles everything for him. The next day, they celebrate Stan's birthday. The guests are the kind of people who, on their own, could rack up 300 years in prison. This includes Stan's crew and Charlie's family. Benny runs all of Stan's clubs and has been married to Celine for 28 years. Tony, no one knows what the D in his name stands for, and everyone is afraid to ask, runs all the gambling operations. Stan once hired Paulie because he thought he was a famous guy from Boston, but when he discovered the truth, he didn't have the courage to fire him, so he made him his driver. Stan later sits alone with Charlie and asks him to meet someone and talk about an important and profitable deal, but Stan knows people like that and refuses. Charlie then goes home to clean out his car trunk. Before that, he sends a dead animal to Marcy as a challenge for her taxidermy skills. He is suddenly attacked by two men who try to kill him. He manages to kill the first one and forces the second to carry the body, then kills him as well after putting the body in the car. While driving, Charlie calls Benny and warns him that they're all under attack. He speeds toward the club. There, he sees two of Bigger's men driving away. When he enters the club, he finds everyone dead on the floor. Terrified for Stan, he rushes to Stan's house, only to discover that Stan is dead. He is devastated and can't understand what happened. He then remembers that Benny had asked him about Blade during the birthday party and wanted to know his location. Charlie realizes Benny was the one who betrayed them all. He goes to Benny's house but finds only his wife, Celine. He ties her to a chair, then goes to Saul to ask for permission to kill Bigger. Saul refuses, saying that Bigger brings in a lot of money and that he definitely didn't approve the killing of Stan and the rest of the group. He tells Charlie to leave the city if he's afraid for his life, but Charlie walks away. Then Charlie arrives at the club. There, he gives the security guard some money and tells him to go home to his family. After that, Charlie goes into Benny's office and shoots him. When he asks him why, Benny says that Stan wasn't fully focused in his final days, and that now it's Bigger's time. Charlie, furious over Benny's betrayal, kills him and goes outside, where he kills the two men who murdered his friends. As he steps outside to catch his breath, a woman suddenly appears holding a machine gun and is about to kill him. But the security guard hasn't left yet and shoots her dead. Charlie then goes out looking for the rest of them and keeps an eye on the man wearing a yellow jacket. At the same time, he talks to Marcy about her raccoon. She tells him she'll need some time because she's very busy, but in reality she's already working on it while talking to him. Soon after, two men break into her place, trashing it while searching for something specific. Marcy has no idea what they're looking for. She mocks one of them and manages to kill him by smashing a stuffed animal over his head. She stabs the second one with a knife. When she runs outside, she's shocked to see Charlie standing there. He explains that he knew she was in danger. When he arrived at Rollo's place, he killed the man who was there, replied to Bigger that he was coming for him, and saw messages showing they were heading to Rollo's ex-girlfriend's house. That's how he knew and got to her in time. Still, she clearly didn't need his help. Charlie ties up the bodies and throws them away. Together they dump them for the alligators. Marcy helps Charlie search for the $50,000 Rollo was supposed to pay her for renting him the apartment he used as a hideout. Meanwhile, a member of Bigger's gang, known as the Monster, Bigger's top enforcer, breaks into Charlie's apartment and opens the hidden drawer containing his gun, passport, and money. Bigger sent him the moment Charlie told him he wanted to kill him. Charlie and Marcy head to New Orleans, Rollo's hometown, hoping to find the evidence Rollo had on Bigger. They break into his parents' apartment and find it completely trashed. Someone got there before them and searched the place. All they find is a travel document, which leads them to a hotel. Charlie goes alone, since Marcy wants to pack a few things first. At the hotel, he finds nothing useful. As he's about to leave and steps into the elevator, the doors open and he comes face to face with the monster. A gunfight breaks out, but the monster is stronger and knocks Charlie's gun away. Charlie slams the elevator doors shut and runs. With no weapon, he flees through the hotel, using the laundry entrance. The monster searches everywhere but can't find him. He goes down to the laundry room and dumps out bags of laundry one by one, hoping to spot him. Charlie stays perfectly still, barely breathing, afraid any sound will give him away. The monster fires shots into the room, and one bullet hits Charlie. He endures the pain without making a sound. When the monster hears the police arriving, he escapes. Marcy returns home and notices blood on the floor. She panics, then realizes it's Charlie's. He tells her that Bigger sent a professional killer after him. She asks him about his dream, and he shows her the house he wants to buy in Italy, just not yet. She then picks up the paper they found at the hotel and laughs at the irony. Even though Rollo was on the run, he still called his mother 3 times. They go to his mother's house. Charlie searches through all the CDs looking for the evidence but finds nothing. Marcy discovers the red box that was supposed to contain the money, but when she opens it, she finds only photos. She's furious, and even more angry when she learns that Rollo's mother took the money and spent it on herself. The two argue briefly, then leave and continue on their way. Charlie apologizes for not finding the $50,000, but Marcy says it's okay and asks him to drop her off at the nearest bus station. She tells him to go buy the house and live his dream. Charlie says he still has to finish what he started. He doesn't like open endings. He admits that he loves her. She's shocked, but happy and shy. After thinking for a moment, she tells him she knows exactly where the evidence is. They head to Bigger's bar, since Rollo was the one who supplied him. Marcy storms in angrily, asking for Rollo, even though everyone tells her he's dead. People are stunned by her behavior, but she plays her part perfectly. She finds the hidden painting, opens it, and pulls out the disc Bigger wants, the evidence against him. As she tries to leave, Bigger's men stop her and say that Bigger wants to see her. At the same moment, Charlie arrives. A gunshot grazes his ear. Marcy escapes, Charlie grabs the disc, and he takes down everyone inside with his gun. He tries to escape through the back door, but the monster is waiting for him. He overpowers Charlie and forces him to drive to Bigger's location. On the way, Charlie sees Bigger drinking. When he spots the armored glass, he gets an idea. He lets the monster raise the window, then floors it and crashes into the car ahead. The glass shatters into the monster's head, killing him instantly. Charlie gets out, steals another car, and escapes. He tries calling Marcy, but she doesn't answer. Suddenly, she calls him, but it's Bigger on the line. Bigger tells him he has 1 hour to get to the alligator site, or Marcy dies. Charlie races there at full speed. When he arrives, he sees Marcy tied up with a bag over her head. The story loops back to the opening scene of the movie, at the junkyard. Bigger comes out holding Marcy and threatens to kill her unless Charlie hands over the disc. Charlie stays completely calm and tells him he's the one in trouble. Saul saw the video and learned that Bigger ratted him out to the Federal Reserve. Charlie says Bigger should have checked with Saul to see if he was comfortable with him dying today or not. Then Charlie tells Marcy to look down at her feet. As she does, a shot rings out, hitting Bigger, who drops dead. Milt steps out from the bushes. Charlie thanks him for what he did, and Marcy walks over to Charlie. She's surprised to see a brand new car. Charlie tells her it's a fresh start for them. They go to a luxury place to stay while Charlie wraps things up. We then discover that Stan is still alive, and that Polly was the one who took the bullet and died. The forensic report was altered so Stan's name replaced Polly's. When Stan told Charlie about Bigger, he later took him to his new home, where Giselle now takes care of him. Charlie and Marcy leave together. As they get into the car, Charlie gives her $50,000, a gift from Saul for helping him deal with Bigger. Now Marcy can finally chase her dream and go to college. She thinks for a moment, then says that houses in Italy probably need renovations anyway, and the money will come in handy. They both laugh, happy that they'll be together. And that's the end of our movie. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.